Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Stained Glass Sunday. I'm so excited. We're going to get right started because I want to, I'm going to get this window up. This is going in the Tiki Room. I'm going to put my safety glasses on. Going to give them a clean first. We are working on a mermaid. Working on a mermaid. I have a whole bunch of, I have a whole bunch of pieces here of this kind of glass that I want to do a project with coming up. I'm not going to do it just now because this container is falling apart. If I make some progress on my mermaid, I'm going to do that because I was looking and I saw these little terrariums out, but they were super expensive. In this mermaid, I got to wait for Morton to go measure the window. I was going to put her up by the mermaid pew, but I'm going to put her in the window. And I want to just see how wide these windows are. She's going to go down here by the Tiki Room. Hello, hello. Welcome to Stained Glass Sunday. These are all pieces that we cut and did a couple weeks ago. I forget how long ago. But while he's doing that, I'm going to start. We cut this glass the last time. So I'm going to start putting my copper foil on because you have to copper foil this stuff. And this is going to be a mermaid for the Tiki Room. I was going to make like a mermaid. I was thinking like a mermaid fireplace for on the stage. And I love the thought of this better. I need to get that window sorted in the Tiki Room. It looks out to our neighbors, and it also looks out to part of a roof, which is ugly, on our porch on the west entrance. So the first thing I'm going to do here, you received your dark cardinal yesterday. Love the dark red. Yes, Kevin, hooray. I'm so happy to hear that. And thank you, Mercurius, for the hand heart. Making a mermaid for in the window. It's big. It's going to be a big piece. It's going to be bigger than I had thought it was. She's going to be gorgeous. She's going to be in what I call it the blue moon window. I might have to do some circles and put some moons by her. Our moon mermaid. Morton's jumping on. Morton's going to read your comments. But this part of the process is putting the copper foil on the glass. And I need to do a lot of this. So you put the copper foil on, and I like to throw this little thing into recycling as I'm going through this, burnishing this part on. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody's doing great. This is our last Sunday in this year. This year has flown by. Do you feel like the year has flown by, or has it dragged on for you? I feel like it was just January. I feel like it was just February and we were all at the chateau together in France. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Bandit. And good morning. Hope everybody's doing great. So this burnishing part is an important step in stained glass. You have to rub this foil to where it's smoothly on here. It does two things. It holds it in place more firmly for you. It takes out all the wrinkles. So when we go to solder this, it's going to look really good. Yeah, these colors, this is going to be beautiful. This is going to be beautiful in the Tiki Room. I was just looking and getting my first idea for what I wanted to do with this. And, that's the cool thing about ideas. You can change them. You can elaborate on them. Plans can change, and it's okay. I'm going to put all my copper foil on, and Morton's going to measure the window and see how wide it is for us. Just the glass part, not
is
the
it still the tape measure
glass
line?
to glass.
There had been the green one, and there's one there.
Can you reach up and grab it, babe? The just the glass part is all I'm concerned with. I just want to cover the glass. Good morning. How are you? The glass in the Blue Moon window in the Tiki Room. I think these are the same width, but who knows? So this, I try to never touch the sticky. It's the same, the top and the bottom. I don't need to know how tall it is, just how wide it is.
How about we cut the 2 panes of glass?
No, it's going to be for the top window. I don't know if that's the same as here, honey. So there's a sticky side to here and a non-sticky side. The sticky side we stick onto the glass and then push it down on each side. Morton's going to be right back to read comments. And I like to pull it out little by little by little and push it in. And this isn't going to be a whole solid window. It's going to have some peekaboo holes in it. 31 and a half. Okay, 31. I'm just going to say 31. 31. Let's all remember that number. You'll be quizzed later. Remember that number, and thanks for being here. Okay. Good morning, good morning. 31. This is not to ship. This is for the window in the Tiki Room. The Blue Moon window in the Tiki Room.
The top pane, not the bottom pane. Because it's
yes, it's, yep. Thanks, honey. Morton's going to jump on and read your comments. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. Yep. I'm going to overlap these, push this down. This one has the natural edge of the glass on it, and we're leaving it like that. That's so cool. It's your birthday in the house. This is glass. This is Yuccogainy glass from Connellsville, Pennsylvania. Made here in Pennsylvania. So this is called burnishing, and it's just smoothing this stuff out. Smoothing this stuff out because we're going to solder this together with a soldering iron. I'm going to show you how we do that in a little bit. And we're going to put together a magnificent, magnificent mermaid. Magnificent. Maybe we'll make a friend for her too. Maybe we'll put 2 mermaids in the window. You can never have too many mermaids, right? Mermaids are the most fun. Honey, where are you? Morton disappeared. So my idea was to keep this like 24 inches, but we're coming out to 31 inches. So I'm going to take my measuring tape. I'm going to come back here and figure out how much further I need to come out with this. Pretty far. Okay. I'm going to have to get creative how I do this. We're going to start soldering this side of her. We're going to start that now. We're going to start putting this all together. I want her to go in the window. So I have my apron on. You want to take precautions when you do this. I'm working on a wood surface. This is my soldering iron. And I need to put water where the sponge is. There's the sponge down here. I just spilled out water all over the place. I need to have that sponge wet and expanded. Soldering iron, I'm going to plug that in now. Get that heated. Hey Harry, thanks. I always, when I unplug this, I always put the plug where I can see it. Double check that it is really, really done. And this, I just found some cool stuff. This is a really cool piece of a brick that I found in the sea in Scotland. And this is old stuff. But I just found this other thing that I'm gonna do some jewelry out of this. I want to show you this over here. This tub here, that whole jar right there, that is all pottery that I pulled out of the sea in Scotland. Morton and I pulled that out of the sea in Scotland. I had lost it and I found it. So watch this space. I'm going to be making some cool things with that. I might end up putting a piece of that pottery in here too, because you absolutely can do that. Okay, let's get going now. I have gloves that I'm going to put on. Let me get some space cleared here. I have a lot of sea glass that I found in Scotland. This is some sea glass that I found in Scotland. I like to use different things that I'll paint for mermaid faces. I paint it with special glass, but I like to put a piece of sea glass in these pieces. Like this is a piece of sea glass from Scotland that has a letter on it. So I'm going to use that one. And let's look for another piece. I like to use my pieces for this that I can't put or that won't make up jewelry for whatever reason. Some shells from Scotland. Oh, here's another piece with a letter on it. We'll use that piece. Morton's almost here. Oh, I like this. I like the color of that piece. That piece is going to go in it too. Gotta have some Scottish sea glass in here. Gotta. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right, now let me get some of this other stuff out of my way here. I had this shell. Hello. Make sure you're following, make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing. Make sure you comment. If you have a question about any of this, ask, please. And when you're working with this, you always need to have some Band-Aids on hand. Always. Right, honey? Mm-hmm. They're kind of a prerequisite. I'm going to get this stuff out. I'm just getting stuff out of my way because I know that I got to turn this and work with this. This is a big piece that we're going to be doing.
Have you named her yet? She's on us.
That's a good idea. What's her name? I don't know. What's she look like? What does this mermaid look like? I'm going to set all my tools over here out of the way so I don't.
Anna, could you please stop that or you'll be blocked? We don't do politics or religion.
There you go, Anna. I don't know what's happening. But if a mod's in here and you see anything political, religious, people begging for money, that sort of thing, block them. Block them, mods. Honey, I got to figure out how to do a meeting with just my mods and say, hey, let's do this because I want this. This is a safe space for everybody to just have fun. The farm in Bulgaria, we were...
I'm not anti-Semitic, Anna. I love the whole world. I love everybody. As everybody to their own, and we don't back one particular group at all. It's political free.
Yeah,
every single person in the world, honey, is welcome here.
Stop talking about it.
So please
stop talking about it. The people who come on and do that, please believe whatever you want to believe. Religious, whatever you want to religious. Politicize whatever you want to politicize. Don't do it here. We're making stained glass. Yes. There's places for that on TikTok, and it's not here.
Thanks, Jenny.
Sorry. It's, yeah. Definitely not the space for this. Okay, here we go.
It's because I asked them not to do politics, Faye, from what they were posting.
Yeah, now let's, babe, stop about it, please, because that's what,
Faye asked the question.
okay. But just trolls are after the attention.
Well, that's nice, Jenny, 'cause it's got a piece of stained glass that Grandpa made in the 70s.
Oh, that's cool.
Thanks for the gift, Savannah.
Yeah, these blues are lovely. So this is what we're gonna be using. I gotta tidy this area up because I know this is gonna be a really big piece. And I'm gonna take the pieces here that I have done. I have some pieces that are already copper foiled.
The face was glass paint that you bake in an oven. It was a piece, is that stained glass that's on
It's stained glass on her face.
It was stained glass that was baked in an oven. I think it was Pebeo stained
yep.
glass paints. And they bake in an oven for about, I think it's 20 minutes at 300 or 400 degrees. It doesn't come off. These were ones that Priscilla did ages ago. More commonly nowadays, you use these fused glass faces. They're more permanent. Mm-hmm. These are very permanent, but they're not as good as fused glass.
So our mermaid has to sit right up there for just now. Just stay there. And these pieces here, these are my big pieces of waves, but I gotta stretch these out to be my 31 inches across, right? So I need to take these, move and measure them. And it doesn't really matter how high I go with this, but I want to cover up that part of the roof, honey, that's sticking out. So I'm going to take these like this.
And Ruben had asked if the place in Bulgaria was near Sofia.
Yes, it was about 20 minutes from Sofia. Sorry. Maybe 30 minutes from Sofia. Okay. So this is going to be lovely here. And because this is kind of like a big odd shaped piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put the solder on every one of my pieces of glass before I use them here. So I'm going to take my flux. Morton can tell you about the flux, and we're going to put that on all these pieces before we solder them.
The flux is a chemical that helps the bonding between the copper and the leads. So lead's a mixture of the solder's a mixture of lead and tin. It's 60-40 mix, and it helps the chemical bonding between the two. It sort of cleans it up and does some chemical reaction that allows the three metals to bond better.
Okay.
Nanny, missed you all. Took a TikTok break, but glad to be back with you all. Happy place.
Hello,
Mama
thank
Matt
you.
says flux it.
Flux it real good.
Well, that's a shame. Rumen says they know which farm they sadly passed in 2020. He was a great man. Very kindly. Might know, but this was like 20 years ago probably.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. All right, so here we go. This is hot. We're gonna pop this down on here. And we're gonna cover this whole piece with this. Martin, you know the part of the roof that I want to hide from that window?
Yeah.
You see how you see the roof out there? How would you guess that's about 2 foot high?
Out.
Wait, this
All
thing
right,
is-
yeah, probably. I'm gonna take a measure.
I was bumping in with my phone cord. Sorry for the shaking. So I got to put, this is metal, 2 different kinds of metal. It's lead and it's tin. And this is what's gonna start creating our piece.
Yeah, this, when you're doing stained glass, the flux is commonly painted on like this. In solder work for electronics, normally it's a rosin core flux that's used in the solder for that. So when you buy it, you'll see it'll say rosin core, and it's like, that's why electricians normally don't have to paint solder on what they're working on, because as the solder melts, it applies it as it goes, if you see what I mean.
Honey, I had high hopes when I sat down here that I was going to be able to finish this today. And the realist in me now says I was being a silly. This will not be finished today. And I need more solder. I mean, we don't have any more. This is going to take way more than 2 pounds of solder. This stuff comes in a spool. You can also get this in sticks. And I like
Gen
to
X is asking how they can get a mermaid.
one of these you can't. You can't right now. Maybe in the future you can. I might make some more stained glass mermaids. They're a time-consuming thing, and I just got so many projects on. I do have some that I have 3 fused glass mermaids that I just did. I was gonna do mermaids for the month of January, but they're so time-consuming, and I have so many things happening in January. But in saying that, we do have workawares that are coming to stay the month with us. They come here towards the end of January, so I might be able to do some then. See how this glass is puddling here, or this is puddling here? It needed flux.
We did have a good holiday, thank you, Mama Mac. What
Yeah.
about yourself? Did you have a good holiday? And hopefully everybody had a good one.
So I want to get every bit of copper covered. I don't want to see any copper. No copper. This piece is going to be hard to show you what I'm doing because it's going to be so big.
It's a dreary day out here today. I just brought in firewood and it's drizzly rain.
Today, Morton and I are going to be working on the Mosaic Cardinal kits. The Mosaic Cardinal kits are going to be taken off of our website. Probably actually today, I think I'm going to do it. If you want one, you got to get it now kind of thing. They're going to all be shipped out on Thursday. And we have guests arriving on Friday that I'm super excited about. Okay, so now I'm doing this edge of this. Now, we're going to pretty this up. Right now, I just want that to happen. You see how that ran down and got on the glass? It's okay. We'll take it off when it's cool. You don't want to try to be touching this while it's hot.
Drizzly in
But I
Iowa
just-
as well.
Yeah, we're getting rain for the next couple days. One thing you don't want to do with stained glass, like when you're holding it up like this, and you see here where this part fell down, don't touch this to the glass. You'll crack your glass. Don't set this tip on here. This is almost 500
Tennessee
degrees.
too.
So now I'm going to take all these little clusters and I'm going to pop this up here. I'm going to pop this one way up here. I'm going to have to get some more water glass for this piece. But I'm going to start putting this mermaid in. I'm just going to gather up all these little balls here. I'm going to start putting this mermaid in right here.
Definitely feels like a Sunday, says Mama.
I'm going to put her in here, like this. Now I want to flux the heck out of this. Flux this. And we're going to start building from this end. Can you see her okay?
Yeah, the tail on the right is not.
Okay. Well, this is the part I'm working on. This is the business end of the mermaid just now. So I'm going to take
I don't
this.
know why it's a wee bit out of focus. It's strange. The head's out of focus and your arm's in focus.
Odd. Peculiar. So this part here, that's old soldering. I got to touch on that to make it revive this old stuff.
As the solder oxidizes over time, it turns grey.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to take, where did I put? Let's start with this one. I'm going to put this up even a little higher. Let's start over here now with this one. But this one I'm going to do the same thing again on. This is called tinning, actually. My paintbrush is weird.
Happy Sunday, says Space
Paint
Days.
this on. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's having a good one. Honey, remember when I said I was going to do this before the family came for Christmas? And didn't. Paint this on. I have so many projects that I want to get cracking on. So many projects. Don't breathe that in. Oh, I just inhaled that. That's not good. You want to do this where you have room for the fumes, because this does produce fumes. You want to do this in a very open space. I should have a fume-eating fan set up here. Where is my fan?
It's on the floor.
Nope, that fan does not work anymore. My little battery-operated fan, my rechargeable fan. Yep, and it's not, if you wanted to bring it out, honey, it's not charged. Grab one of the, I don't know about the charger block for it, but look in where we're keeping all of our chargers. If you have a fan blowing this away from you, all the better. I love to do stained glass outside. I love doing stained glass outside, is the best way. When I learned how to do stained glass, I lived in Scotland, and I learned how to do it at Julian College, and they had like no ventilation in there, and it was, wasn't good. And there was a lady that was in the college with me on the same course, And she would smell these fumes and say she loved how they smelled. I ended up taking my own fan in there. Your grandpa did it outside in Florida. Too cold for that outside. Today is actually kind of feeling like spring. So I did both sides. So now here, I typically can just do this on the, I might have to put a little bit on this. I can do these edges. And I hold my edges parallel to how the board is. You always want to do this on a board because look, when that stuff drips, and it will, it's 500 degrees. It's hot enough to burn into your skin. And when you lift this up in the air like that, the heat can't transfer. When I do it down here, the heat can transfer into the board, so your glass stays cooler. When you hold your piece up, you risk thermal shock because the piece of glass gets super, super hot. This is a real big thing I'm working on. It's not ideal doing it like this. Just because for showing you. So I'm going to pick out what side's prettier, what side I want. Oh, that side's prettier. Look at that. Both sides are pretty, but that side's super pretty. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put this on. Let's put it right about here. So we're going to flux this together. We're going to solder, whoops. We're going to solder this up here together. Honey, just forget about it, babe. I think Morton's having a hard time finding. But I like how her tail, I love how her tail is translucent so you can see through there. I love that. That's awesome. Honey, leave it. Just come back and read comments, please. Okay, I'm going to put this down here, and I got to put my this on from above. Kind of scrub that. Needs more flux or it won't stay, because this is she's old. This is an old mermaid here. And the window that she's going to set in, I call the blue moon window. So I kind of want to put another moon in this one, maybe even a couple moons in here. I'm going to look and see what kind of glass I have that might work good for this. Rub this to get the solder to stay on. And then when it does, I'm going to drop it down and it'll grab a hold of that new piece below. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. And I'm sorry if you're asking questions. Morton is on a mission right now. And I should not have sent him on a mission. Because I can't read the comments. If you have any, I don't answer them, I'm sorry. I'm going to build up a little hunk here. I'm going to build up a little bridge of this solder. Because I like her tail coming up off of that a little bit. I love that, actually. Okay, now this one, that's the same color. Let's use a different color here. I'm going to put a different color here. And this color is iridescent on one side and not on the other. So I want to put this one here. I'll put this one here. But I think before I do that, let's find a moon. Let's make a moon for our girl. Let me look and see what glass I have sitting here. And it's called the Blue Moon Window. And I have some, look at this. Like that, I use some of that for there, but I think a big blue moon out of this would be gorgeous. I think a big blue moon right here. Now, whether or not we can cut a circle out of this, because this is the toughest glass to cut, because see how it's textured on both sides? We may or may not be able to cut a circle out of this. Let's try. Let's try, shall we? And I want to make a nice actual circle. Where's my Sharpie? Actually, maybe I shouldn't use this color because there's a lot of blues and I want the moon to pop. I'm not going to use that color. I have that color. That color is not going to let it pop either. This is called English Muffle, and it's really cool, and I love it, but I don't think that's the color I want for me either. Honey? I do love that purple, but that's not the color. Let me stand up here and see what I got up here. Martin, honey? Oh, Martin, Martin, Martin.
It must be here
This.
something.
Honey, please just leave it. It's sitting, I don't even want to tell you where it's sitting because I don't want you to go back and leave me again. Start looking again. We're gonna make a big moon here.
Yeah, move your camera to the left.
All right, I need a Sharpie. I don't have one here. Oh, I do have one here. I need a big circle.
I think even if it's blue with being round, it will be okay, and you just got sent a fanfare or something.
Thank you. Who sent
I
that?
think it was Donna. It's no telling me yet. My
Honey.
camera always has a delay on telling me stuff.
There's some plates in here. Oh, I'll just use this one. Never mind. This is a plate that I had moss on. Oh, that's a perfect size. Let's make a giant moon. I'm going to take it right to the edge. Oh, this Sharpie has seen its better days.
Thanks, Mercurius. Is there one on the table?
No, this will work, honey.
I've missed so many of the lives with the holidays. What a treat, says Peace.
Hey, Peace Star, happy you're here. All right, we have a circle. We have a circle, and now I need to cut this. I do have a circle cutter. I'm not going to use the circle cutter. I'm just going to use this.
Fingers crossed, says Peace.
Yes. And I don't know what's up with this one. That's
All
my-
the oil maybe.
It's weird. I need a little oil. Actually, didn't you bring my oil out here?
Can't remember when you put it away.
I need to get all my stained glass stuff out here, really. I need to get organized, Martin. Blue moon. I like this one. This one's bluey, whitey, ripply, wavy. Cute. Okay, now I'm going to, because I do have some little lips and edges on here. I'm not that worried about them. I'm not, actually, I kind of like that one down here because seaweed's going to cover this. Kind of like this here. So let's, if I was doing a window that was going to be one solid piece window, I would go grind this. I'm not doing that for this piece. So I'm going to just take copper foil. And I have some that's real wide. I'm going to use my real wide stuff here for this one. We're going to get the moon done. Honey, how are we doing on time? Oh, Martin walked away. Martin.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time, babe? We are not going to finish this window today. No, this is a moon, or it could be a pearl. It's open to interpretation. Can be whatever you wish. Oh, Martin went and got my glass cutter oil. Thanks, honey.
Do you want some in it?
I don't. No, I just to dip it. I don't fill up my cutters with the oil because I find that the seals are prone to leakage, and especially when I was doing workshops and there were loads of different people using my tools, like I would get oil spilled all the time.
Where are you putting this window?
This is going to be in the Tiki Room in the Blue Moon window. I made a big star a month or so ago, over a month ago, I guess. And the big star is going to be close to this. Burnish the copper on. I'm getting ready to make a TikTok about our December light bill. Our December light bill was crazy. It wasn't our craziest bill ever, but it was a crazy bill. We knew it was going to be crazy. We were using a lot of electricity. We're not used to it because we're used to a nice $200 a month bill. And it was $974. We figured it would be around $800 or $900. But we had electric heaters running in both bathrooms. We wanted to keep it real warm for the family.
Thanks for the hand clap.
And we had grandkids with us for almost the whole month, so
That
we
is
wanted to
two
keep it
households.
warm. And it is 2 households. It's
The
like
primary heat
four
is electric and the one.
4 or 5 refrigerators, freezers, dishwasher, downstairs stove, washers,
And
dryers.
And downstairs primary heat's the split.
Yeah, and the split units going. It's not bad, really, for what all was going on. We couldn't afford to do that every month. I looked at the graph on the bill, honey, of what it was last year. So it showed like this for last year and then this for this year.
Yeah, because remember last year we made the mistake in December.
Well, we were not here for a lot of December.
Or was that the year before?
Well, yeah, that must have been the year before.
We made the mistake,
Okay.
charged us 300 and then 12 in January.
Yeah, this, I don't know if you can see the pattern on this. This does have a pattern on it. And I want to put it where the, this side's better. This side. Can you see that? So we want to figure out how we want the moon now, just like this. Yes. And I want it more towards here. Kind of. Okay. Let's go for it. And I know what's wrong. I'm using a wrong brush for this. That little brush is hideous. I'm throwing him away. He's not good for anything. There we go. Oh, this is the brush. This is the brush we left.
You don't use oil. Yeah, we used oil very little.
Yeah, we didn't really use the oil. A little bit, but mostly we did the split unit and the electric heaters because we wanted the bathrooms toasty warm. Morton and I never really put the heat on in the bathrooms, do we, honey, in the winter? No. And it's good. Like, it doesn't feel like it's freezing anything in there.
It's flux that's on the brush. It's a chemical that assists the solder and to adhere to the copper properly.
Oh, did you just hear a crack?
Here's the correct word, but it's to make it bond with the copper better.
And I want to put a disclaimer out there. This is not how you would normally make a stained glass window. This isn't how you do it. You normally would put all your pieces together and then solder them all in together, but this one's going to have a lot of little peekaboo holes in it. So it's more like a giant sun catcher, right, honey?
Yeah, this is more sort of like a privacy screen type thing, isn't it?
We got to put up that other mermaid that I made for the cherry blossom window. I want to do that in the shelves soon. You know what you and I need to do? We need to sit down and make a list of our projects, babe. Mm-hmm. We really, really do. And start planning out when we're doing these things. Because there's a lot of them. That they're all just like little things, but they're going to take a minute. So I'm going to just run this right around the edge of this. We want to coat all of that copper foil. Copper foil needs coated.
I love it that the windows have names.
Yes.
They're named after the stained glass pieces that she's made and installed above them.
Mm-hmm. Morton what were you doing? You were watering plants. And Morton said to me, are any of the plants on this windowsill living? I said, where are you? Because I was in another part of, well, I was in this big room, but the sound really carries in here. And he told me where he was, and you kind of told me the right name, too. We don't have rooms, because this, in the big part of this church, it's all one big open area, but we have a whole lot of zones. We got a whole lot of zones. I kind of like how this one goes like this, babe. That needs to be there. That needs to be there. It just works. That works. Get your big pieces sat in place first. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm going to do both sides of this. This will make this one so much easier that I won't have to flip it. Because this is going to be a really big piece for the window. Mermaids and moonlight. What could be better, honey? Mermaids and moonlight.
Have you tried cleaning your soldering tip off on a sponge, Texas Sunbeam? Completely clean your soldering tip off.
Like this.
And then tin it again with fresh solder.
It should always be like shiny silver clean is the best. And sometimes too, there is 100% difference between a soldering iron like this. This is a Heiko FX 601, and like the kind that you get in a store like Hobby Lobby.
Mercurius is asking if you can be a mod.
You can be, as soon as I don't have gloves on and can make that happen.
Alright, I see why now.
What? Why what?
Yeah, Chi, please be quiet.
Honey,
we
are a
love
mod.
everybody.
And you can do that.
I'm not a moderator.
You are a moderator, honey. Oh, it's sickening. I don't believe that. Here, Mercurius, you're going to be a mod right now. I gave you a follow. Oh, your account's private. You can't do it from yours. There you go. Oh, I couldn't add. I can't add you. It says I can only have 30 mods, and I have them. I'm going to go through because it does a thing where it tells you how, like, if your moderators have been on or not. Because sometimes it feels like our moderators might not be here all the time, which I know people can't be here all the time. I get that. But, like, you know, if people are taking a break from TikTok or whatever, we still want to...
Please, we are not. I don't understand why when we ask people not to talk about it, that they assume we're anti. We're not anti. We're for everyone.
Honey, stop talking about it.
If there's another mod on here, could you please... I don't know how to stop them.
No, there's definitely mods. Because I'm going to add, and it says that we can only add 30 mods. Yeah, I'm muted. I'm sorry that happens. It's annoying. Mrs. Vicky, are you a mod? If so, could you please mute them when they start to do the weird stuff? I don't understand. See, my language is love. This is what I do. I love. And the people, the trolls who want to just cause trouble and do all, I don't get that nonsense.
Thanks, Tonya, and
I don't know who has that much free time on their
Taylor
hands.
saying, thanking you for what you do, starting their stained glass journey.
That's awesome. I love to hear that.
Yeah, I don't understand people
Yeah,
wanting
honey.
to create arguments and we
Don't
want that
talk
at
about
all.
it. Don't talk about it. That's what they're after.
Or the tailors and PA as well.
So this part I'm going to add right here. But because this is old, this was an old piece here, I'm going to prime it up so my new piece will attach to it. And see that smoky smoke happening? That's because that's like old tarnished stuff. Now when I put this up here, we'll create a lovely, lovely seal. And start to form our creation. Hooray! Love it. Now down here, because these are both new, these go together easy peasy. These ones will. So easy. Alrighty. What time? How are you doing on time, babe?
It's 11:57.
Oh, there's never enough time. I'm gonna take this color here because I want these to be every sort of height and direction and all. I don't want them to look like it's
We don't attend craft shows anymore.
I don't want it to look like it's, let me make sure I'm, oh, this side. Look at the difference between this side and this side. This side's prettier.
Becky says this is a very beautiful, safe site. It feels like visiting old friends.
That's what we want. We want everybody's welcome here. We just ask that people just respect the whole no politics, no religion, no hate, no accusing people of stuff. Just, this is the place for the fun.
The mermaid has beautiful eyes, says P-Star. And Kelly
Thank
says
you.
they want to do this. What to do, Kelly, is if you look in your local search engines, there's a lot of local glass studios do classes.
Mm-hmm.
And you can attend a class and make a stained glass piece and they'll teach you how to do it. And if it's something that you find that you really like, you can then go to the expense of buying your own tools, because that it's quite expensive to get started up by the time you buy all the soldering iron
Well,
and
it
things
is
like
and
that.
it isn't.
Yeah.
There are deals out there. You
But
just,
if you go
it's
to a local,
addictive.
do a class and find out if you like it, then you're not going to get something that might end up sitting in the cupboard
Yeah.
gathering dust.
Yeah. It is super addictive.
Miss Reba's asking if you're having a New Year's party.
We're not. We'll do something on TikTok. It's Watercolor Wednesday is New Year's Eve, honey.
All right.
So we'll do yeah. We'll do a little party on here. Morton and I have basically turned into hermits just now. We're getting ready to our girls from China are coming the 18th of this month. And we're getting ready to we got a lot of stuff coming up. And I just,
New Year's Eve's Tuesday.
Oh, is it?
New Year's Day is Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So New Year's Eve, let's do a party in the Tiki Room. Who wants to do a New Year's Eve party in the Tiki Room? I'm not talking an in-person party. I'm talking a TikTok party. TikTok party in the Tiki Room. Anybody up for that?
Me, says Paul.
Yay. Morton and I used to go out for New Year's. We don't do that anymore.
I'm in, says P-Star. Sounds
Yay.
good, says Warrior. Yeah, Kelly says, yeah, I'll be there, says Suez. I'm Mercurius, me,
Yes.
Ellen, and me.
Let's do that. TikTok party in the Tiki Room.
Sounds like fun, sweet lady.
Tuesday.
Yes, let's drop the ball.
Let's drop it. We'll do it. We'll start it off on Scottish New Year. Scottish New Year happens at 7 p.m. So let's start a little bit before 7 p.m. We'll ring in the bells for Scotland. and then we will ring them in for the states if we can stay awake. But we'll be able to stay awake, hanging out and chatting with you. Morton, I wanted to get way more done than this.
Paula wakes Tim up nowadays and says Happy New Year. That's our party. We used
Yeah.
to be like that. We used to be out at a Hogmanay party every year. Now we're lucky if we're awake.
Yeah, in Scotland they call New Year's Hogmanay, which I like that. We used to always go to a party there. Honey, do I have any other little bits of stained glass over there from people or from things that aren't like part of something now? Might be able to use in here.
This is got the tip broken off it and stuff.
Nah.
And this the cross.
And this one I'm going to put up here. I'm going to overlap this one just a hair too. Like this, because I want this to really look 3D. Maybe that's too much. Babe, language. Martin's doing the swears. So these things weigh 1 pound. No, that's not mine. That's Jane's.
Well, that not two pieces of that. That's one here. There's a broken snitch, I think it is. Are you repairing that or can
Ooh.
you use that?
I'll use that. Just set that right here.
Wine's lying there.
Set that right here. I'll hide a golden snitch in here. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's great. Okay, so this one.
There's this.
No, that's purple. I don't want the purple. I want blues and greens for this window.
There's a heart here. Well, it had been a heart. I don't know where it is.
I wanted to really finish this
You want
today. No, honey. This is perfect. This is a big piece, and I always underestimate how much time things are going to take. Does anybody else do that? If you make something, do you look at it and think, oh, I can make that in an hour? And then it's like 42 hours later, you finish. Does anybody else do that? Am I the only one who's a bad judge of time?
Mercurius is in the Netherlands, so they'll have to check the time.
Oh,
I think it'll be 8 o'clock in the Netherlands, Mercurius. 7
7
o'clock,
p.m.
Scotland's 8 o'clock. I think you're an hour ahead
Yes.
of GMT, I think.
yes. Yeah, for cleaning the house. I think that too. I do that too. That'll only take me 15 minutes to do that, and then it's like 2 hours later.
Time flies when you're having fun, says.
Yep. Isn't that the truth?
Bug says, yeah, they finished a $30 candle order and it took me about that in hours to finish.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what's crazy with arts and crafts. People don't understand the work involved.
Yeah, the time. The time.
Yeah, thanks, Mercurius. They're going to write down the time.
Yay. I'll create an event for it too. I'll create, as soon as we're done here on this live, I will create an event for our live New Year's Eve party. And thank you to whoever said that New Year's Eve is Tuesday.
That was Miss Reba.
Thanks, Ms. Reba. Okay, so this piece, I want this piece to come up here. I want it to sit up here. Oh, maybe like that. Oh, I like that. I need to prime this. Get basically burning off all the old corrosion. And this is when it's really important to get your tip cleaned after you do this, because you're taking off
Oh, yeah, thanks, Miss Reba. We did get your card. It was beautiful.
all
Thank
the
you.
tarnished stuff. Yes, thank you, thank you. I'm super sorry we didn't send cards out this year. This year Christmas just was, it was peculiar.
Yeah, with family being around, we were that busy we never made a video with some of the cards we bought.
Yeah, we got a lot of pretty ones. Okay, so this I'm going to take and I'm going to put some new, oops, it's still not grabbing. See that? Still not grabbing. You got to flux, flux, flux. Flux, flux, and more flux.
Yeah, that's
Now we're on it.
that's like, I can't remember who it was saying about their soldering iron. Is that's something else you have to check. It's like, not only do you have to make sure that the tip's been cleaned off and tinned properly, that make sure that the piece that you're soldering's got enough flux on it, but also just double check that the tip has not come loose in your iron and moved forward. There's usually on them, the tips are usually replaceable, and there's a small screw that can sometimes come slack, and if the tip slips forward, it can be away from the heating element and not be in heat. If it's not getting heated properly,
Yeah, if it's not in contact.
that might be why it's not at the correct temperature to melt the solder. Also, another thing you want to check too is, I think the one that Priscilla's using at the moment, she'll be able to show you if it is an adjustable iron that you can adjust the temperature that the iron's at. And yeah, you see the little knob on it. Just make sure that it's not something as simple as that when you've been using it that you've knocked it back to zero, or down to its lowest setting. And because sometimes it can be as simple as that without realising you've turned your soldering iron down to its lowest setting, and that's why it's not working as well as it should too. So it's just a couple of basics that it might be wrong. And also as well, if your iron's one that came with spare tips, it could be that the tip that you're using is just worn out and you need to switch it out for a new one. But it's usually a little screw on the head of the soldering iron that you slacken off and it pulls out. Normally you can pull it out by hand. Just make sure the iron's cold when you go to do it. But normally you just pull it out by hand or a pair of pliers, insert the new one and tighten the screw down again. But just double check that it's inserted correctly and tight.
Great, great, great advice, Martin. I love it. Honey, whenever you tell people stuff like that, you know what? It makes me super happy, and it makes me feel like you do pay attention to what I say.
The irons vary hugely in price. You can get a cheap one for less than $20 that's non-adjustable. It'll do the job, but you can get a really good one and it'll cost you $100. It's a bit like buying a car. Do you want like a Skoda or a
Honey, Skodas aren't a thing over
Rolls-Royce?
here.
Oh, aye, right enough. What would be a cheap car over here?
There is
Do you want a
no.
Kia or a Rolls Royce? We've got a Kia.
We do have a Kia. I love our Kia. I love it.
I used to have a Skoda as well, actually.
In Scotland.
I got laughed at for having one of those.
Oh. I want this to come over here. Listen. It's a little song. These are going to be good. These are going to look like little bubbles coming up through. You want to be careful when you're gluing, when you're soldering these, because these are really prone to cracking.
Yeah, there's loads. My dad had, I was getting mixed up actually. It was my dad and my brother had Skodas. I had a Lada. Guy at my work used to laugh at me as I was walking past him. He would go la 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 da when I first got it, because it was a really cheap Russian car at the time that you could get in Britain. The Skodas, they were, I think, Czechoslovakian, and they're now owned by Volkswagen, so they're on the same level as Volkswagen really now. So my brother and my dad had them.
And this is a golden snitch that had broken. I'm not going to use that piece of it there, but I will use it in this piece. Because I always think of mermaids as like from Scotland. I don't know why. I did write a book that I want to put on Amazon this month called The Legend of the Scottish Mermaid. But I think we might be done here, honey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to clean this tip. What time are we at?
It's still 12.
Oh, yeah, we're done. I'm going to clean that tip. I'm going to unplug this.
Morning.
And I cannot lift this up to show you just now because she's not together enough. But I can give you a mermaid tour. Good morning, good morning. Well, good afternoon, good afternoon. So this little mermaid is going to be, I'm going to take it and show you where she's going. So this I don't want to let sit in here because this will deteriorate away. And I'm going to try to get back up here. I still have more flux in here. I'm going to try to get back up and work on this more because I'm making a big piece. I'm going to show you the window that it's going to. Turn around here. Take my glasses off. Pop them down. Morton, look how dark it is in the church.
Mm-hmm. That's because
This
it's
is dark.
outside.
It's like it's evening. Oh. Martin brought out a whole bunch of my stuff for the stained glass.
I brought it out so I could read the comments.
I'll show you where this is going to go. Would you push the button on that switch down there, please, to turn that off, honey? Thank you. I'll go show you where this is going. Got your cardinal? Yes. Alexa, turn on Tiki Room.
Okay.
Let's go to the Tiki Room. And I'm going to create an event. We're going to celebrate Christmas or New Year's Eve in the Tiki Room. Honey, what's your drill doing down here on this table? I'm going to lose it. Martin loses his tools in here real quick. So this is the window that, see up there where you can see our roof out there. That's where the mermaid's going to go. That star is going to hang in the window too. The cardinals are all sold. The only thing you can buy is the cardinal stained glass mosaic kit that I'll show you. So we'll celebrate. We'll ring in the New Year's with you in here. We'll play music, and it'll be a long live that we will not upload to our YouTube. But this one is going to be uploaded to our YouTube. I'll show you the stained glass cardinal. It did, honey. I did. I'll show you the cardinals that you can get right now. And these kits are going to be shipped out on Thursday. And I'm getting ready. If you want one, you got to get it quick because I'm taking the kits off of our website. This is the kit. You can make a stained glass mosaic cardinal. And the kit comes with everything you need to make this, and then you'll have extra bonus pieces too in there. And we're putting the kits together. We'll probably go live later on today to do that. We have video up to show you how to do this. It's our first time doing this project, but I love how these look. This looks so good. The mermaids, I don't know. I got to get these cardinals out of my hair and then see if I got time to do mermaids this month. There's something else I wanted to show you. What was it? Oh, the frames that Morton got. I was just going to send a piece of glass, and Morton said you got to send a frame. So, they're frames that we got. They are from the Dollar Tree, but you can totally do whatever frame you want to, and you can decorate them, but you're getting all the instructions to do them, and we're making tons of videos showing you just how to do this. You will be able to create this. Martin's going to create one with you. And you see this here, when you put them up by a window, I mean, it's stained glass. Honey, you don't have to get them all out. You just show me one.
Yeah, there's different kinds though. That's
Martin
why.
got different kinds, but they're all
They didn't have all
they're
the
all
same
8.5 by 11
thing. Eight
or
by 10.
8 by 10. 8 by 10s they
But
are.
those ones are slightly bigger because they've got a mat in them.
Yeah, some will
couldn't
be
get-
slightly
Some of
bigger
them I couldn't get them without a
because
mat.
there's a mat.
Like
So
that
you'll
one.
actually get a frame with it.
Like that one.
And if you
There
want
was
to,
only one of that kind.
yeah, if you want to use a different
I think this one.
frame, go for it.
Is that the same as those ones?
Honey, it's okay.
No,
It's
but
all
there's
right.
another
Honey,
thing.
we're done. We're done. I got to end this because I got to upload it to YouTube. So this is where we are on the glass right now. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out this morning. We'll go live again. Martin, do you want to say bye?
Yep. Cheerio, everybody.
We'll go live later on. See you later.
See you later.
Have a beautiful day. And I'm getting ready to upload it. I'll upload a TikTok about New Year's Eve in the Tiki Room. So make sure you say that you're coming, and we'll see you there.
See you later.
We'll see you live later here too. Bye for now, and thanks so much. Thank you for the prezzies. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much, Macarius.